Hi everyone, welcome to ThomTech tutorial. I am Thomas and this is fourth session of Azure Data Factory tutorial 1. So in this session I am going to cover how to create resource group and how to provision Azure Data Factory. So with that, let's go to our Azure portal. So you can see this is our home screen and we have different options to pull out resource groups. So you can see we have a resource group icon over here. We can click over here and then we can get an option to create a resource group. Okay, otherwise what we can do is we can simply search for resource groups. Automatically it will show up. Just select that and again we will land on the same page. So either we can click here or we can click over here. So let's click over here. So see, so first of all it will ask for the subscription, which subscription it has to select while creating the resource group. Okay, so I have selected this and now let's provide a resource group name. So for that, let's see, I have created a cheat book and let me just check whether we have an option to pull out a proper naming convention. Okay, so let me add this for a resource group. Okay, so with this cheat book, what we can get, we can retrieve the naming convention with respect to any project. Let's suppose this is not like very standard naming convention, but yeah, we can follow this in order to create our POC projects. So standard name can be your project name. It's ThomTech, so it's like my channel, so that's why I'm putting this name. You can put your POC project name, so automatically that should reside. Let's suppose we are putting something like Thomas, so the Thomas will be replicated across in this sheet and we can take those and we can proceed further. So let's undo it. Now let's pull out the resource group name. Let's copy this, go back and put it over here, and it should be in a lowercase. Okay, so that's the important thing. And then we have resource details. So it will ask for the region. So region will be the physical location where this resource group will be created. Okay, so that will point out to that data center in that particular region. So we have to select like whether it's like East US, West US, whether it is Asia Pacific, Australian East, Asia Pacific, Southern East. So all these things we can decide over here. Let's select this one, the default one, whatever is being selected there, and then click next. So this is some sort of like tags, so you can put some name like dev and provide some value and development environment or something like that. So it will help us to like identify or give some details on this resource group. Let's click review and next. Let's click this. Okay, so right now you can see our resource group is ready. So either we can click on that notification and we could have directly selected go to the resource, or now we are already in the resource group module, or if you want to go back to the home button, let's click on the home button, click on resource group. Once again, when you click on resource group, all the resource groups under your subscription, okay, that will be shown up here. So you can go and select your resource group of your interest. Okay, now this is your resource group. So if you want to look out for different properties, like in real projects, what happens is like we do not get a full access on the resource group. So probably we can click on this access control. Let's click on this access control and go to the role assignment. In the role assignment, you will find that nothing is provided. Okay, so you can see in the classic administrator it's showing as service administrator. So we have the full permission on this resource group. We can delete, create, and all anything we can want to do, we can do it. So in idle scenarios, in development, in organizations, we won't be getting these rights and accesses. We will be getting some sort of like contribution contributor access. So with that contributor access, we need to manage our resources. We can create like a different resources in ADF or SQL Server database, but in some projects or some organizations they will not allow us to create these resources through portal. So for that we need to opt a PowerShell scripts, and that will help us to get these resources created across in all the environments. So that's all about the resource group. Now let's go back and now let's search for Azure Data Factory. Let's search with data factors. Click on data factories. So there are no data factories available within this resource group or with this subscriptions currently. Okay, so let's click on create data factory. So once you click this, so it will ask for the details. Let's click it again. I think it's not clicked. Okay, so it will show the same window that we saw in the resource group. So over here it will ask what is the subscription. That is a free subscription that we know. If we do not have any resource group, we can directly click in create new and create a new resource group. We know that we already created one resource group. Just go to the drop box and select that resource group, and then again there is an option to select the regions. So it is not mandatory, right? If you have created a resource group in a region, you have to select the same region for the resources under it. So you can select a different region as well. There is no issue in that. So now select the name. So now we need to give a data factory name. So let's go to our cheat book and pull out this name, that is ThomTech Dev ADF. So these are just the name of the resources that we are putting, and I have created this cheat book. It will help us to like a properly get the names rather than thinking much on it. We can simply take that name what is there in our sheet and paste it here. So that's it. And then let's go to the Git configuration. So if we have a Git account, then probably we can enable that as well, but for the time being, let's say we'll configure it later. Let's click on this, click on next networking. So we don't have to do anything, just click on advanced. You don't have to do anything. So this is again tax, which I already covered. Let's leave it like this, and then you can review your data factory resource creation items. So just give like around 1 minute, we'll see like what happens. Sometimes creation of these resources takes some time. Okay, so now you can see it has read everything and it is just giving us this display for review. That is what is the subscription, what is the resource group, what is the region, and what name you have given. And then probably we can click on create, so it will initiate the process of data factory creation. And once it is created, we will be notified over here. You can see if you click over here, it will show the progress, what's happening currently, and it will also show you the recent activity that has happened with your account. So you can see 14,000 was credited, 14,000 credit was credited to my account, and then I got my resource group created, and then later I got my Azure Data Factory in progress. So it's not yet completed, but it's like in progress. So that's it. So let it complete, and meantime let's go to home and close this, and then just click on data factory icon once again. So if this icon is not available over here, then simply search for data factory in the search bar, data factory, and you are good to see that. Click on that data factory, and let's see what we have in the directory list of data factory. Okay, so it shows that we have one ADF, and the name of the ADM is what we have given, and it has been created. Let's click on that. So you can see we have to click on this link in order to trigger the ADF UI. Let's click on this. Now it's opening, so let's give like 30 seconds. so it is taking some time to open. So let's just refresh here. Just let's click on this, reload this page, and let's see what happens. Meantime, what we can do, we can go to our home page and see the status once again. Deployment of Azure Data Factory is completed. So I was just checking whether it is in progress or so, and is it because of that it's not opening. So just give like 1 minute and we'll see like if it is not opening, we can re-log in again and we can try to open the Azure Data Factory once again. Okay guys, now you can see we got our ADF interface or canvas opened, and over here we need to select author and monitor. We have to click on author mode. Just click on this and then you will get the canvas. So this is the canvas or the interface where we are going to do our development. So that's it for this session, and have a great day ahead. Let's meet in the next session, and also guys, please do like and subscribe. Thank you.